And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Daytona Everett. We've been bringing to you this breaking news. NFL legend John Madden dead at the age of 85, showing you what has happened in his career and also just what his life has meant to so many people, including Fox 2 in the Bay Area, Joe Fonzie, who is their sports newscaster out there, who outlines his life and the legacy that he now leaves behind. Many people knowing John Madden, not only for his career in the NFL, but also through video games. But let's take a look back at his life right now as we have this story for you here on Live Now from Fox.
In his later years in life, the public rarely caught a glimpse of the guy who at one time was one of the most visible faces in America. What you could always count on from John Madden is that when it came to one of his players, he would be there, like the day Kenny Stabler was enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And they started calling him, he's going to be a first vote Hall of Famer. 40 years later, he gets...
10 years earlier, it was John's time to be honored, a moment that touched him and was shared with his former boss and many of his players.
There's between 30 and 40 ex-Raider players. All stand up, my family, stand up. Just take your day. I went from player to coach to a broadcaster, and I am the luckiest guy in the world.
Players and coaches will tell you being elected to your sports Hall of Fame is the ultimate honor, signifying a career accomplishment. But with John Madden, it's hard to precisely define his career. To a generation of young people, Madden is the face of a video game, first started in 1988.
People say, I'm going to play Madden. You know what I mean? That's what they say. I'm going to play Madden.
Boom! Tough acting, acting.
To a generation before, Madden was a pitchman for everything from hotels to hardware to beer.
Excuse me. I'm not the same crazy coach who used to storm around the sidelines yelling at the officials. I've learned to relax, and I drink light beer from Miller.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
As I was saying, I don't care what anybody else...
And it hardly stops there.
He makes a little basketball twist there and pivot, and boom, the ball's there.
Madden also revolutionized the way football games are broadcast.
Joe Montana looks more like Barry Manilow, doesn't he?
He knew the game as well as anyone.
The 49ers play on running downs, a 3-4 defense.
But his style was one of a kind.
Boom, we cross him. The left goes to the right goes to the left. This guy crosses here, he crosses here. They have no idea where we are, who we are, where we're coming from, or who we're throwing to.
Very interesting.
In his broadcast career, Madden eventually worked for all four major networks, teaming with two giants of the industry, Al Michaels and Pat Summerall. As enjoyable as he was to watch, thinking Madden was some kind of football cartoon character would be a big mistake.
There's never been anybody in this industry, anywhere in the broadcast industry, that worked at the trade that he loves any harder than John Madden. There's nobody more loyal. Once he becomes a friend, you've got a friend who you could call at any time of the night, and he'd be there.
Another man who knows about Madden loyalty was his childhood friend and fellow coach, John Robinson.
I didn't have a brother, so John was more like my brother.
I think I was at John's house more than he was at mine. His mom was, I think his mom thought maybe she had adopted me.
John Earl Madden was born in Austin, Minnesota in 1936. When he was in grammar school, the Maddens moved to Daly City. Madden played baseball and football at Jefferson High, but it was clear football was his future. Madden played 2 seasons at College of San Mateo and then transferred to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. He was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in 1958, but his playing career was quickly ended by a knee injury in training camp his rookie season. Madden returned to Cal Poly to get a master's degree, met his wife Virginia, and then at 23 began his coaching career at Allen Hancock College in Santa Maria. In 1967, Madden was hired as an Oakland Raider assistant, and 2 years later, at the age of 32, became, at the time, the youngest head coach in NFL history.
If you have it in you to be a head coach, it doesn't make any difference if you're 32, 42, 52, 62, or 82. You can do it.
Madden inherited a talented team with a reputation for defying conventional thinking.
I mean, they want to say the Raiders are dirty. Yeah, we're dirty. Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
The Raiders were known as renegades, involved in some of the most memorable and sometimes controversial plays in NFL history. There was the Sea of Hands game against Miami. The Holy Roller against the Chargers.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here. He does.
And of course, the immaculate reception against the Steelers.
And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over.
From 1969 to 75, the Raiders won division championships but couldn't win the big one. That all changed in 1976.
From the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, California, it is Super Bowl 11. This is Bill King with a welcome.
Undoubtedly, the biggest moment in Madden's coaching career was the team's 32-14 win over the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl 11. Madden got a short victory ride that day.
We're Super Bowl champions of Super Bowl 11, and they can never take it away from you.
And no one will ever take away John Madden's incredible legacy. The kid who grew up in Daly City, raised a family, and coached a team to a Super Bowl. The guy who retired from coaching and built multiple careers after that. He rode the rails and later the Madden Cruiser, putting his unique spin on consumer products, all the while preparing to broadcast the game he loved before a national TV audience in a way that will never really be duplicated.
And the reaction continues to come in here on Twitter as John Madden is trending now. The NFL Network tweeting out and saying, "Today we lost a legend." Take a look back at Hall of Fame coach and broadcaster John Madden's iconic career as these videos just show each stage of Madden's career here, the excitement and exhilaration through everything that he did, portrayed through these videos here. Again, John Madden, 85 years old when he passed away this morning. We're also getting a little bit more reaction in from people who knew him. Julian Edelman saying, "When you think NFL football, you think John Madden, RIP to a legend." And even the Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, weighing in, saying, "I am not aware of anyone who's made a more meaningful impact on the National Football League than John Madden, and I know of no one who loved the game more." Through the rest of the evening here, we'll continue to bring you more reaction from people around the country who are heartbroken over this tragic news. NFL legend John Madden, dead at the age of 85 years old. More to come after this commercial break. We'll be right back here on Live Now.